Well, with the second edition of the textbook, two new innovations were incorporating the new, just released Australian Dietary Guidelines, so these have been incorporated all throughout the text. And the second big change has been a much more evidence-based focus. So there are lots of vignettes throughout each of the chapters, focusing on current nutrition research and the practical applications of this research for students studying nutrition. Well, the clear difference that this textbook has compared to all the others in the market is its focus on Australia and New Zealand. It deals with public health nutrition issues relevant to this region of the world. The language used is relevant to students studying nutrition in this part of the world. So the whole text reads as an Australian and New Zealand textbook. Teaching nutrition for many years, we realised there was a big gap in the resources available to students. In particular, having some good quality textbooks that students could use that were relevant to their own study of nutrition in Australia and New Zealand. So filling that gap is this textbook. It talks about the language of nutrition relevant to our students. It talks in the same units of measure. It talks about public health nutrition issues relevant to Australians and New Zealanders. So this textbook actually is quite innovative in the fact that it actually reads as a textbook that anyone could understand studying nutrition in Australia. I think that the biggest thing I'm proud about with this textbook is just the quality of work that's gone into it. It's very much evidence-based in its focus. Nutrition is an evolving science. We don't have all the answers today, but what's presented in the textbook is the most current, up-to-date recommendations and current evidence for all of the major nutrition and health issues facing people of the world today. Well, what I'm most proud about this textbook is actually how visually engaging it is. It actually draws the reader into the text. It has wonderful graphics, colours, layout. Having that engagement is enough to draw someone into the world of nutrition and actually want to learn more. So actually just flicking through the book, looking at the chapter layouts, looking how the information is presented, having different sections in each chapter, such as the main text, highlights, revision questions, and all of that is packaged together really nicely to actually allow someone to go from chapter 1, the basics of nutrition, right through the very end and have a complete course in nutrition. So just picking the textbook up and feeling it and looking at it should make someone excited about wanting to open the cover and learn more. I think students will like the most about this textbook is that it reads as a text has been written specifically for them. It will use language that's relevant to them. It will talk about peak health bodies that govern our own recommendations for nutrition and health. It will give good applications of nutrition research. It's a very accessible textbook and it's written at the right language for their level of understanding. In the field of nutrition, there are many ways to approach it. So this textbook has a very firm evidence-based focus. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of research studies that have gone into informing the information that's in it. So it's current, it's up to date, it includes all of the peak health bodies in Australia and New Zealand in terms of the recommendations they're giving. It has good revision material, it has highlights of topical nutrition issues. It really has the whole lot for anyone studying nutrition, whether it's from a passing interest or it's a major degree program of study that they're undertaking. Well, one of the challenges in the field of nutrition is there is so much information out there. Everybody is an expert in nutrition. What the textbook addresses, though, is actually ensures that the information contained in it is the most credible and evidence-based available. So for someone studying nutrition who completes a solid course in nutrition and uses the information in this textbook, they'll come out with a very focused, evidence, credible nutrition qualification that will actually set them apart from most other people who have a view, a blog or a Twitter account talking about nutrition. This allows someone to actually be a credible professional because they've got the best available information. In the field of nutrition, probably the most exciting thing is just how engaged almost everybody is. There's a new fad diet that comes out every week, there's changing recommendations, there's people with major profiles in social media and nutrition. And that's wonderful because so many people are engaged. The downside, of course, is not all of the information is correct or credible. So it's actually a really fertile ground for students studying nutrition to actually have some good knowledge, to actually go out there and actually be a force for good, and to communicate some good, solid health messages in the field.